Hey, all right, everybody, look. I got another box. Right then, Engwe has sent me a box, and this box is to go with the Engwe M20 that I'm sitting on right now. And I have done a few more mods since you last see me on this bike, or if you haven't seen me on this bike, go back and look at the other videos of me on this bike. And I've done a few more modifications, so keep watching because I've done a few more mods. I'll go around the modifications and then we'll have a look. No, we'll have a look what's in the box first of all. Then we'll have a look at the modifications. All right? So let's have a look what's in the box first. Okay then, so in the box is, if I can get it out, because it's a bit of a tight squeeze, I'll get it out there, is another battery. Now, this battery obviously goes where this case goes. So I'll be getting rid of this case, chucking on the stingies. Well, not the stingies, I'll put them in the shed. But I'll be putting that on there. So that should give me 26 amp hours of battery power. So should be able to go very, very long distances, hopefully. Now, let me just put that back in there for a second before we get to changing the old, putting the battery on there. I have got to take off this seat. When I change this battery, when I put the battery there, you've got to take this seat off, which has the longest bolts in the world. The bolts on the seat are about that long. Well, I'm exaggerating, they're about that long, but it does take a while to take them off. But anyway, don't worry about that. So before I put the battery on, I just want to say that Engwe sent me some links for some money off some of the bikes. So, and also, if you look back in all my other videos, you'll see affiliate links. So use them affiliate links. If you're thinking of buying any of these bikes, Engwe bikes that I've done a review on, go through my affiliate links. That'll be fantastic. And they have sent me some money off. So I'll put the money off by there. I think there's a certain amount off for some certain bikes. So I'll put that there. And then there's more money off another couple of bikes. And I'll put that there as well. And I'll try and put it in the description. I don't know how long these codes last for, but check them out. A bit of money off. I mean, who can grumble, innit? A bit of money off is lovely. Anyway, let's have a look at this seat. I'll go and get some tools and we'll take the seat off. Right, okay, so like I said, I've got to get rid of this bag here, which is, it's just on straps it is. So I'll take that off. And then by here, the seat, I've got to take the seat off. It's got 4 bolts and the bolts are all held on with M10s, 10mm bolts. They're up in there somewhere. I'll put a picture up on the screen. But the bolts are up in there with long bolts and these ones are long bolts as well. So it takes a while to get undone. And I've got to use like a combination of a spanner, which goes, you know, flexible spanner to get up in that bit there, and a socket as well to get up in there. So I'll do that and I'll get back to you in a minute. Right, okay, I've undone the bolts on the seat here, so I'll just take that off there. And you can see it's got very, very long bolts. Not so much the back ones, but the front ones. Huge, right, okay. So that exposes all the electrical gubbins there. So I'll put this seat out of the way. And obviously I'm supposed to put the battery but it comes with this. Let me just show you. It came with this little package here. If I open it up there like that, I think that's obviously got a fuse in it. So I'm supposed to connect all that in there. There is a diagram as well how to do it. And we'll fit that in there somewhere like that. Then we can fit the new battery on. But the one thing they didn't give me is the bolts to put the battery on. Oh, so I'm going to go and try and find some bolts now to put the battery on. I'll be back. Right, okay, I've located the original sort of wiring coming from the controller and the battery. I'm assuming that is the battery wire there. This is the controller wire. So if I pull this, let me just turn our battery off. Turn the battery off there. Pull this out like that. And then it's pretty straightforward. That one's going to go into there, like so. That one is going to go into there. And then this one's going to go into the new battery. So it's pretty straightforward, it's pretty easy. I just got to make sure I can find somewhere to put that in there so I can put the seat back on. So I'll do that, I'll put the battery back on, and then everything should be tickety-boo, and then we'll see what it's like. Right, okay then, there you go. Got the battery on, look. I put the sticker on. That sticker comes with the bike originally. So you can put the sticker on if you want. Or if you don't want to, don't put it on. It's up to you. It's entirely up to you. I put it on it. Orange and black looks quite nice, doesn't it? But I know some people might think it looks a bit leery, but I think it's okay. So there we are. I put it on. So we got the dual battery on. So we got 26 amp hours of power. So we should be able to go quite a long distance and get back. And I did say that I'd done a few more modifications. So I'll take you around the bike now, just in case nobody's seen it before. I'll go through all the modifications I've done, and then we'll get the bike out on the old open road. So let's bring the camera in a little bit closer, have a look what's going on, and then get out here. Right, okay, for people who haven't seen my videos before, I put a 203mm disc on the front and the rear, and then I put hydraulic brakes on the front and the rear. That's a 4-pot caliper on the front and a 2-pot caliper on the back, and they're both Shimano, and they're hydraulic. And I put these, they're called Good Taste, whatever that means. No, Good Taste. It says it takes mineral oil, but these have the switches in, so the switches still work. It still cuts the motor. So hydraulic brakes, one of the first things I did. Then another thing I did was I changed the rear shock for a cheap, another rear shock. I did a test on that one. Look on the channel before. I did a test on it. It was a little bit better than the original, but now I've got a DNM shock in there. I don't know if you can see it. Where is the up there somewhere? It is a DNM shock up in there, and that's a 200mm. So the original one is 190mm. This one is 200mm, and somebody has said they've put a 210mm one on there because that makes, obviously the longer the shock, the higher the seat is off the floor. So I chose a 200 just to make it a little bit higher, only a little bit. You can't go too far, obviously, because everything will be out of kilter. But somebody has done a 210mm. I've done a 200, and the original was 190. DNM shock in the back. The DNM shock is a bit more expensive, but it is better. Right, I've put bar mirror ends on here, look, see? One on that end there, and one on that end there. And I've also got rid of the throttle, and I've put the thumb throttle on, because having the throttle on and the bike looking like a motorbike was a little bit too much. It already looks like a motorbike. If I got stopped with the police and had a twist throttle on it, I mean, it's just too much in there. I mean that's not legal either. But there we are. I did that, and also I wanted to do that to put the bar end on as well, because the other ones were different. But anyway, I took the twist one off. I put that on. I do like the thumb throttle, so there we are. So I think that's all the modifications I've done. The brakes, the shock, the bar ends, thumb throttle. So let's get out on the open road. Hey, all right then, here we go. Out on the open road on the Engwe M20, and a little bit of a laugh. And here we go through the tunnel. Right, okay then, here we are. We're at the bottom of the hill. Well, I say the bottom of the hill. We're at the bottom of the bit where it starts to get steep, if that makes any sense. But we're going up the hill now where it starts to get steep. There is a cattle grid up there. Now, I did this test last week on Engwe C20, and that was a 36 volt, 250 watt. This is obviously a 48 volt, and it's 750 watts or whatever it is. Peak 1000, I think it is. I'm not pedaling at all. It's going 12 miles an hour. It's a fairly steep hill, mountain road. So got the dual battery on, and it's starting to pick up a bit of pace now. It's we're up to 15 miles an hour now on the hill going up. I think it does get a little bit steeper by here, not quite sure. But I am not to pedal at all. So that's not too bad at all, is it? It is a lovely bike, this Engwe M20. It is my favourite bike at the moment. I was a cyclist by here, so a cyclist. I'm a cyclist. That's a horse. Okay. There we are. You've got to go nice and quietly past horses, because I think that's the law in the UK anyway. But it's nice to do so anyway. But I came by here, I think it was about a week ago or something like that, on a Engwe C20. So if you haven't seen that review, go back and look at the Engwe C20. And just up there, I went up the hill there, and I came down and did a brake test by there somewhere. I did a hill test, which I just did just then, and this goes up the hill quite easily, really, so it's not too bad. If it was a steeper hill, bit of pedalling, and you'd be away. Ho-ho! So I think what I'll do, I got hydraulic brakes on this bike as well, so maybe I'll come down there like I did last week and do a brake test for there. They did leave skid marks last time, pity they washed away, but there we are. There's a cone, but they could use some cones, look. So I'll go up there, do a brake test. It'll probably stop in the same distance because the brake's locked up on the C20, and like I said, if the brakes lock up, you can't stop faster than you can stop. But anyway, I'm waffling. I'll put the camera on that metal bit there, and I'll go up there. And hope nobody nicks my camera. Right, okay, I've put my camera over there. Let me just turn on a little bit. So I've put my camera over there. Don't know if you can see that. Put my camera there, so you can see me coming from up there. So I'll go up that way now, and then let's see what happens. Obviously, when I come back down, I won't brake in the gravelly bit. I'll just brake on the roady bit. Right, okay then, let's get going down here, and we'll get up to about 20 miles an hour like we did on the last one. About 21 miles an hour, I think it was. And then we'll try and get as close as possible and do a brake test by here. Oh, I gotta say, that was worse than that was worse than the C20. I'm going to try it again. I should have put a bit more front brake on. Let me go back again. Right. Right, okay, then here we go again. Now this bike is heavier. It is a bit heavier, this bike, so we'll try and get the 21. I'll try not to fall off. That's the main thing. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Break it! Oh, blimey. I gotta say, right, I don't know if you can see that there, but the front brake is far better than the C20, but the back is locking up, so you've got to be careful how much you pull the back brake. But it did lift slightly almost. Then it went to lift, so I had to come off the front brake a bit. The back was lifting, so yeah. It does stop you, but there we are. Anyway, let's get on with the ride. Let's go somewhere else. Right, okay then. I don't know if that was a fail or a success, because the brakes are a bit sort of they're very good, so everything locks up, and I was a bit too scared to. If you pull the front brake too much, the back lifts up, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing in an accident. I mean, going over the handlebars might be a bit worse. I don't know. But the brakes do work well, but I'm not sure if I stopped quicker than the Engwe C20 or not. I don't know. I had to put less effort in, if you know what I mean. I didn't have to pull the brakes as hard to stop. So that's the sort of that is the main benefit, is you don't have to pull the brakes as hard. If I pulled the brakes really hard, everything would lock up. So it's finding the balance. But anyway, 48 volts is better than 36 volts, because you do get up hills better. So I'm enjoying the old ride up here on the old Engwe, and I got both batteries on at the moment, because I charged one to full and the other one was sort of half full. I didn't get on to charge the other one, so when you put them both on, that goes back up to full again. But I've been riding up a hill and stuff now, so yeah, let's keep on going up this hill. Now I don't know if you can see with my camera on here. I'll look at the mirrors now to show you what the mirrors look like. But that's the mirror on our side there, look. Got quite a good clear view of behind you, and then this is the mirror on this side, and I got a really good clear view behind me there. And let me just turn round a second. Let me just turn round, because that's the end of the road. That's private. That is down that way. So I don't think these mirrors were that expensive either. But like I said, that is the view on that one there. Look, I can see all the way behind me on that side. I can see all the way behind me on that side, and I think they were. I'll put the price on the screen in front of me. I think they were from Amazon, and they're pretty easy to fit. So they're a good upgrade. And also, like I said, I've changed the throttle thing there. Now, another thing I was thinking of now, since I got 2 batteries, should I put, have a double long range, it'd still be long range if I'd done this as well. Should I put a front motor on this bike here? So I'd have a dual motor Engwe M20 basically. I don't know if anybody else has done a dual motor M20. If they have, put it in the comment section. But let me just stop by here, let me just turn around. Let me just turn around. Let me come by, let me go by and park by here so you can see what I'm on about. Right. So let me get off the bike and we put the stand down. Let me find a suitable place to stop. There you go. Right. Because I've got the double batteries now, one battery could be feeding, that battery could be feeding the rear hub, that battery could be feeding a front hub, and then going up hills would be easy peasy, big hills, if you know what I mean. Or would it be too complicated? But what I'm asking you is, in the comment section, if you can answer, I'll try and put the width of that front wheel. I'll measure it later on, and I'll put it up on the screen now, you know, from there to there, the width, if I'd have to get spacers or something. But is there a front wheel similar to this? Because there might be spoked ones, I'm not sure, but ones like this that I can fit on there. If anybody knows of one, put it in the old comment section, because I wouldn't mind trying a double dual motor. This bike is getting a bit heavy at the moment now with all this batteries and everything on it, but I wouldn't mind trying, you know, the old, I wouldn't mind having a bash at having a dual hub motor, because I've seen a few people do some bike tests with dual hub motors and they enjoy them. So I think that would be a next good upgrade. What do you think? Anyway, let's carry on with the ride. Now, I will be doing the CYC motor, if anybody's seen my CYC motor videos, where it melted and the motor blew up. I will be doing another video on the replacement CYC. I have bought another bike to put the CYC motor on. It's not a powered bike, it's a normal bike, and I'm going to put the CYC motor on that and do some testing and see if I can get more miles on that motor and see if it's more reliable than the original one, because the original one had a crack in the glass, so it might have been dropped, I don't know. But anyway, that's coming up soon, a CYC motor, and there'll be a few more e-bike reviews. But anyway, back to the M20. So the dual batteries, like I said, I put the dual batteries on, and they don't give you more power as such, but they do give you a much longer, well, they double the range basically. So however far you got with the 13 amp hour battery, you're going to get twice as far with the 26 amp hours, aren't you? So there we are then. So I think I'll leave this by here. I think I will. I'll just have another look at this nice Engwe bike. Like I said, I put the sticker on. Goes a noisy motorbike going past here then, blimey. So there'll be affiliate links in the description, like I said earlier on, and there'll be some money off some bikes as well. So, and I do recommend the Engwe M20. It's not for everybody, because if you're really tall, this might be a bit low. I'm not quite sure, but anyway, if you like this video, remember to subscribe, like, click notification bell, and I will see you in the next one. Ho-hoi!